about?
We weren't fighting, Lassie. Call it a difference of opinion, if you like.
About what? Brian?
Perhaps you should ask your brother.
No, I'm asking you. I heard you say you'd call off the wedding. Why? Tell me, please. I have a right to know.
Aye, Lassie, that you do. But Brian shouldn't be the one to tell you. I'll tell you. I was hoping to spare you this, but so be it. If you must know, you must.
You swore!
No.
You swore you wouldn't say anything about this. Nothing in the paper, nothing on television. You swore you made a deal with me.
I was not responsible for that. The 10 seconds after I saw it go on the air, I was on the phone to the station. 20 seconds later, I had fired that uppity producer that made you to put it on the air. Now, come on, you go and check the
Don't
facts.
understand. The cat's out of the bag.
Stop foaming at the mouth anyway. For heaven's sake, it was only Lansing's name that was mentioned.
It's common knowledge that Lansing worked at the hospital. It's only a matter of time until the media puts 2 and 2 together, and it winds up with me.
John, life has consequences. I mean, just because you were able to keep that secret for, what was it, 20 years? Come on, don't come crying to me every time the piper has to be paid.
And what about you? What about all your dirty little secrets, huh? One of these days, the piper has to be paid. Isn't that true? Well, I can hardly wait. So you told Dusty about Meg Antonio, but you couldn't tell me.
Just let me explain, okay? I didn't know anything was going on for sure for a long time.
How long? How long?
I don't know, a few months.
A couple of months.
See, that's it. Right there. That's the reason I didn't tell you in the first place. I knew you'd be angry, and what if I was wrong?
But you weren't wrong.
Yes, but I didn't know that. I didn't know anything for sure until Dusty told me that he followed Meg to Tonio's room.
And you didn't even tell me then?
I just found out myself. No, I didn't tell you because things are just beginning to settle down with the New Mexico business.
Oh, New Mexico. And you read me the riot act not telling you that I drove Meg to the airport, right?
That was different.
No, not in my book. It's not different. You know, if Meg hadn't gone out there, I bet that you and Dusty, you'd still be together right now. And deep down, that's what you really want, isn't it?
How can you say that to me?
I don't see you denying it. Really? I can't believe what happened. Your mother just... What happened? What did you do to her? You stay out of this, all right? I told you once before you hurt her, you answer to me. I don't answer to you or anybody else. Now look, this...
Oh, God!
As the world turns.
Hey, whoa, enough. Will you stay out of this, Landry? I said that's enough. Now, you could have hurt the little lady. Cool off, buddy. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Why don't you move on out of here? You just quit giving me orders here, all right? Billy.
Oh, wait, just one second. I'll be there. Holden. Holden! Holden! Oh.
That was my fault.
I don't care about that, so long as you find someplace else. Settle your scores. I won't have pretty young ladies getting hurt around here. You said you could use some water.
Thanks. Rod. You're not gonna tell my mother about this, are you?
Guess not.
Why were you crying when I came in here?
I should have been honest with Holden about my suspicions of Meg Antonio right off. I found out that you knew. He misunderstood, and he accused me of...
Of what?
Here you go, Miss Moss.
Thanks.
Looks like you're in good hands now.
See, Lassie, Brian thinks he's learned something that you should know, and I'm equally as adamant that you shouldn't be bothered.
What is it?
Well, he thinks that I had something to do with Hensley's dirty doings, and that I may indeed be the Falcon himself.
The Falcon?
Yeah, it was just an educated guess he put together from things he learned at the police station.
Is that true?
That the police suspect him? Yes, but
See,
I think
he demanded a straight answer from me and threatened to call off the wedding if I didn't give him one.
Brian, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you make me suffer for something I had no part in?
I got carried away. You must know that I'd give up my life before I'd do anything to hurt you.
I'm glad to hear that, man.
Duncan, what was your answer going to be?
On my sacred word as a McKechnie, I had nothing to do with Hensley's dirty operations. And I am certainly not the Falcon. And with that laid to rest, this wedding will go on as scheduled.
Now, wait a minute, Duncan. There's something...
Brian, I don't want to keep you. I know you and Beatrice are going out to dinner. I'll talk to you later.
Yes. You certainly will.
What do you really want from me?
From you?
Yes.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's no way you can repay for the humiliation you caused people.
Oh, come off it. All right, John, just for you. I give you something. You telephone the Hugheses and just assure them that nothing will be following up on this from the City Times.
You're waiting to put it into the Argus once you acquire it, right?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about? You're going to buy the Argus, right? I heard all about this phony corporation you're going to set up. You'll learn well from James Stenbeck, huh?
It's Walsh. Aye, aye, aye.
Same to you, Rosa.
Is he staying for dinner?
Not on your life.
Good. Is Mr. Dustin staying for dinner?
Is Dustin here? Why did you tell me these things?
You were so busy chatting with me, and it never crossed my mind. He's in the stables with Lily, and he's very happy. Leave him alone.
You want people to believe you? You ought to keep your word. Why don't you call the Hugheses and apologize?
Ay, qué hombre sinvergüenza.
You can say that again, Rosa. Rosa, I need a simple, bland supper. He has given me indigestion. Well, good grief. Look who finally decided to come on over here.
Now, what is that supposed to mean?
You left the office for lunch 7 hours ago.
Lucinda, I spent the entire afternoon personally overseeing the changes at Barbara's factory so that we can guarantee it'll be ready by the end of next week. Now, where did you think I was?
I want to know where you are every minute of the day. Is that understood?
Ah, that's understood. What I find hard to accept is that now that you obviously don't trust me anymore, someone like Barbara Ryan still continues to be your closest friend.
That may not be the case any longer, Lucinda. Not since the debut of your new TV show.
Well, Kim, it was a rotten thing to do. Yes, I mean, the guys had it here on the TV. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. Yes. Well, I'm off duty now, so I would like to come by. Sure. Okay, then I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Any questions about my report?
Yeah. Why did you take Nick out on backup on something as important as this?
Nick did just fine. And Roy was out to lunch, and you were still very busy with your undercover work.
Oh, meaning?
Forget it.
Okay, Margot, what gives?
Okay, Hal, since you asked. When the call came in on the Van Buren case, I went over to Barbara Ryan to see if you'd finished with your knight in shining armor routine. Miss Ryan came to the door dressed in something simply sexy and allowed as how you'd already left.
So?
So, Mr. Hotshot Detective, next time I'll leave your scarf in a chair by the door in plain sight.
Margot, listen. Have we or have we not always been straight with each other?
All right, Hal, you want to hear it? You're going to hear it. You were on duty.
Before you tell me exactly what you think of me, I want you to answer me one question, Margot. If it had been anybody other than Barbara, would you be this upset?
Probably not this upset. Detective Hughes. It's for you. Have a good night.
Detective Munson.
Hi, Hal. I'm sorry to call you at work.
As of 5 minutes ago, I'm off duty. Give me half an hour to go home, shower, and change, and I'll pick you up for dinner.
Well, actually, that's why I'm calling.
You can't make it?
No. It's just that I'm over at Lucinda Walsh's, and I was hoping you could pick me up here.
Oh, no sweat. Fine. See you then.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, Hal. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Nothing
Nothing better to do than eavesdrop, I see.
I came in to get my briefcase.
Really?
Really. Your factory will be in full operation by the end of next week.
Good. I'm glad Lucinda finally lit a fire underneath you.
I'll see you tomorrow, Lucinda.
Where are you going?
To my room. I have a lot of work to do.
Ah, good night, dear. Barbara, I'm so glad that you came right to me to confront me about this show. I really am. We've cleared it up, I hope. And I'm very conscious of what Sabrina must mean to you. And I'm sorry.
Well, at least it's helped me put the whole thing into perspective a little bit better. And up to now, I've only been dealing with my own reaction to this. I haven't even stopped to think what Bob and Kim and Sabrina must be feeling. I mean, to find out the people you thought were your parents weren't your parents at all. I wouldn't wish that kind of trauma on anyone.
Well, no one could have been more surprised than this.
And I love you very much. Believe me, I feel that the tarred and feathered would be just too good for a lowlife like that.
I let the boys take their sandwiches up to Andy's room.
I'm just so sorry they walked in on that broadcast.
Oh, well, we have to know what's being said.
Rex saw the program. He's furious. He said he won't give any interviews to anybody.
Well, that's something anyway. Look, can't you sue?
On what grounds, Lisa? What was said are facts. The only name mentioned was Howard Lansing. You can't sue somebody for bad taste.
If I hadn't come home with you, this wouldn't have happened. I'm very sorry.
Honey, you are the last person in the world who should feel sorry.
And in the next few minutes, this will be yesterday's news. And the vultures will have moved on to something else. Now, Sabrina, I could use some help in the kitchen, dear.
Very well. Dear, that poor child. She's gone through so much, and now to be subjected to this. You know who I really blame, who is really behind every bit of this? Is that dirty Johnny Dixon. And in my book, he got off way too easy. Sabrina really likes the farm, I can tell. Hello. Hello.
I'm sorry.
You want to tell me about it?
No, not until I'm
I'm so sorry. I'm going to be about 10 minutes late for my first set, okay? I'm going to get dressed
I'm
now.
tagging along in case she has a problem with the zipper up.
Casey. Hey, Casey, if you have a minute later, can we talk?
Sure, well, why not now?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
If you have a problem with the zipper, you let me know, okay?
I hope you don't mind, but I told Seth about you and Lila.
Oh, no. Why didn't you say something from Lila?
Oh, well, I didn't think it was the right time.
Oh, trust me, it's exactly what she needs to hear.
Well, and I'll talk to her.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Listen, when are you going to bring Sabrina in here for a night on the town? Huh? She's a little quiet. I like her, though. Needs a day at the beach, maybe. Seth, you need to talk.
Hey, what happened to you? Are you in some sort of trouble, huh?
No, the one who's in a lot of trouble is Maggie. And look, I overheard you and Iva talking about her and Tony.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't jump to any conclusions. She said it didn't amount to anything but a couple of phone calls, that's all.
No, not according to Dusty. He told Lily he followed her to Tonio's room at the executive club. You ever been there, Seth? There's not much in that room except a few pieces of furniture and a nice-sized bed.
Is that what happened? You got in a fight, huh?
No, but if the opportunity arises, I will knock Tonio out.
Now, you wait a minute. You think about that. That is your boss's son-in-law. You don't want to jeopardize your job.
I don't care. I'm not going to let the guy get away with this.
You won't. You just leave it to me, huh?
I'll take care of it.
No, I'll take care of it. You stay clear of it. You understand?
Very good.
Well, don't be so surprised just because the baby's always stuck with the dishes.
Now, wait just a minute. I'll do them.
I made such a mess in there. Relax, relax.
She's positively glowing. What happened to her?
Well, I think it's all the self-confidence that she's getting from the nurse's training and everything.
What's the situation with Tonya?
She still insists that there's nothing going on, and I've decided to give her the same benefit of the doubt that I may need someday.
Hey, about Lily?
No, actually, I was thinking about what your sister said at Lila's the other day.
Honey, come on.
I know.
You know that she was thinking about the fact that she had lost her own baby. You remember that?
I know, but she was right. I mean, she was right. Kim and Bob found Sabrina after all these years, and they didn't think twice about acknowledging her, you know?
But you're trying to protect Lily.
Am I really? I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm protecting myself. Because I am really afraid. I'm really afraid, Craig, that, you know, that once that she finds out the truth, the whole truth, right? That she's not going to forgive me. And I'm going to lose her. Because of something I did. Something that happened when I was a kid, and I was twice as insecure as Meg is.
Lily adores you.
Margot adored her father until she found out the truth. I mean, no wonder John kept this a secret all these years. I mean, he was really scared. And I think he had every right to be scared because, you know, he is really hurting now.
Well, Tom has sent me over to act as sister-in-law until he can personally welcome Sabrina here.
Well, from what I understand, you're doing a great job already.
Oh, I want to help. I don't think I could ever make up for what John did.
Margot, we're all just trying to get past blaming anybody.
Well, you're a better man than I, Dr. Hughes. Hi.
I heard you mention Tom's name. Please tell him how much his letter meant to me.
Well, you'll be able to tell him yourself soon, I hope. And thank you. I understand you went out to the Snyder farm.
Yes, the light's very beautiful out there.
You know, I'd love to see some of your sketches.
I did some sketches at the farm, if you're interested.
Yes, I would be delighted to see them. I don't expect any intelligent comments. I mean, I know what I like, and that's about it.
I'll be right back.
Terrific.
Thank you very much. Hello. Hello, Sabrina. Hi. I hope we're not interrupting anything.
Well, honey, no, of course not. You're welcome here anytime. You know that.
I just wanted to stop by and see if everybody's okay. I saw the Judith Clayton show as well.
Well, no, people aren't okay, thanks to your dear friend, Lucy
Now,
Walsh.
wait just a second. I just came from Lucinda's. I was very upset with her myself, but she knew nothing about this.
Barbara, you don't believe that, do you?
Yes, I do.
All right, Margot, look, if you want to fight, let's fight. But just don't walk out on me with a cute remark, okay?
All right, you're right. It won't happen again. Your own life is your own personal business.
You're a big part of my life, too, Margot.
Well, I just hope I haven't made a mess of that. Look, from now on, let's just avoid the subject of Barbara, okay?
I just know that my reaction to this hasn't made things any easier for you.
Listen, you're trying, and that's really all that matters.
I know I heard it. I'd have tried a little harder, couldn't I?
Oh, hi.
Hey, Mom, what are you doing here? How are you?
Hey,
Hey,
Ford
how
model, how
are
you
you?
doing?
All right.
Oh, you call that a handshake? Let's feel your grip. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, careful, careful, please. Be careful.
hey,
This is my date. He's paying for dinner tonight.
Right. Hey, that's my shooting hand, man. I'll never shoot again.
Actually, my mother was in the middle of talking to Barbara Ryan. I told her I was going to dinner, but I didn't stay home with.
I've been shown great restraint in not asking you about your fat lip.
It's really no big deal.
You order me a piece of lemon meringue pie, okay? I'm going to see if Andrew's home yet.
Lily, I'm sure Holden is kicking himself right now. He's going to realize he's been wrong about this.
He wasn't all that wrong. I should have told him about Meg. I told you, right? See, he was right. I always run to you when I have a problem. It's not fair. It's not fair to Holden, and it's not fair to you.
Brian thinks that I may have been involved in Hensley's illegal doings. That I may indeed be the Falcon himself.
Hi. Sorry I'm late. Earl was putting this paper to bed solo for the first time tonight.
Duncan wasn't telling the whole truth tonight, was he?
What do you mean?
Brian, you've been so quiet. Something is still troubling you, and it has nothing to do with Duncan being the Falcon. Brian, please tell me. Are you having second thoughts about marrying me?
Not a bit. Ooh, ba-ba-ba-boom. Wow.
Hey, do you know if Seth's back yet?
Well, I haven't seen him. He's hard to miss. So is now a good time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see ya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hey, Lila.
Hi.
Casey told me about you guys, and I just wanted to tell you that I think it's really great. I'm very, very happy for you.
Well, thank you.
Well, sure.
Hey,
Sure,
Mr.
sure.
Winfrey. Who's that tall, good-looking man of yours?
Oh, I don't know where Seth went. He had to run an errand.
Forget about inheriting the kingdom. You'll be lucky if you hang on to the key to the executive washroom.
It's your choice, darling. Clean up your act or risk losing it all. Sierra, your kid, and the job. Because if you're embroiled in a scandal, darling, I'd have no choice but to fire you.
Craig and Ivan know all about us, and they're threatening to tell Mama. And Lord knows who else.
I hope that you're alone.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Yes, I'm alone, but I'm right in the middle of some work.
Well, this won't take very long.
Excuse me, Mr. Snyder.
But you forget the smooth talk, and so will I. I'll get straight to the point. Stay away from my sister.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Take your hands off of me.
I know what kind of man you are, Tonio. I know the kind of women you bring up here, and I know for a fact that my sister has been in this room with you alone. Now, she's not one of your playmates. She's a good and decent girl, and she deserves a hell of a lot better than you.
If you really care about protecting your sister, please take your hands off of me. Thank you. I'm very fond of Meg, yes. She's been a friend to me when I needed one. When I say friend, I mean friend. If you've heard there's been anything else between us, I think you should consider that Craig Montgomery is somewhat biased where I'm concerned.
Well, I think Craig's got you pegged just right. Now, I am going to say what I came up here to say, and you better listen good. Whatever's going on between you and Meg stops right now. I don't want you to see her. I don't want you to talk to her. I don't even want you to look at her. Because if I find out that you so much as lay a finger on her, I will get great pleasure in breaking you in two. Now, do you understand that?
Well, of course I made all my favorites, Mama. I was cooking. Oh, and I made the the sponge cake in the end, and it was great. And Iva wants to talk
Hello.
to you.
Hello.
Yes, all right,
Hello.
all right, right.
Goodbye.
I love you too.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hi, Mama. Yeah.
So,
Yes.
you really liked everything?
It was almost as good as seeing you and Iva together like this.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice. It's real hard sometimes. I mean, we know how to push each other's buttons. I know how to hurt her.
Yeah.
Tell you what, kid, maybe that comes to the territory, huh?
Well, do you ever fight with your sister, or is it different with guys?
No, that's no different. When you love somebody, when you really care about them, you just want what's best for them. And sometimes they take that as interference. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. Well, I think it's time for me to scrub some pots while you two make out and talk about me.
Thanks again, Meg.
Mama's gonna be home in a couple days, and I really miss her.
I bet you do.
Yeah. You wanna?
No, listen, I've got to check Aunt Mona Lisa. Why don't you come with me? Okay?
No, I can't. I have work to do, and, you know, I just, maybe I'll talk to Meg. She's feeling so good and everything.
Good idea. What?
I can't help, you know, what we were
Honey,
talking
listen
about
to me,
later.
this
I mean,
situation is
no, but
completely different
it
from
is not. I mean, just think, John wonders how his life would be different if he hadn't have said any, you know, if he would have said something about it. I don't know.
Do you think he's alone? It's time for a little truth or consequences again, huh? Well, I was married to Betsy. I kept the truth from her. I kept the fact that Steve was Danny's father from her.
Why did you do that?
I guess I just wanted to hang on to Betsy, maybe the same way that John wanted to hang on to
Same way that I want to hang on to Lily. after I gave
listen
her
to me.
up
No,
after-
what you're doing is not selfish. You're trying to protect that girl. That's love. That's real love. Don't forget that. Okay?
Okay. Come on.
I gotta go. I'll call you in a couple hours, okay?
All right.
Okay, see you.
Bye. Drive careful.
Well.
Lily? You really expect her to be here, waiting for you? She took off with Dusty. Did something about dinner. Let me give you a little piece of advice.
Who asked you?
No. You plan to take on the world, anybody can see that. But if you're not careful with young Miss Walsh, ooh, you're gonna end up right back where you started, mucking out these stables. Not fun with life. Don't be too sure, boy. Don't be too sure.
No, I actually can feel the barn door.
You're very kind. Well, she's very discerning, and you're very talented. Well, I had an excellent teacher, at any rate.
Sabrina!
Oh, excuse me. Sure. Certainly.
Oh, boy, people with talent. Hey, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe there's something going on between Barbara and Hal?
Oh.
Yes. You know what scares me? Hal insists that he's seen a different side of Barbara. When you and I know the real Barbara lurking there, ready to spring into action.
Oh, Jenny, hey, what's wrong with you? You're not even concentrating.
Yeah, I know. Listen, have you heard anything else from your dad?
No.
Paul, what are you going to do if your dad calls and Detective Munson is there? Don't you feel funny about knowing that he's out to get your dad?
Well, Hal's never said anything against my dad. Not in front of me, anyway.
Yeah, well, I wish people would stop blaming my dad for things.
Supper time, everybody.
Oh, I'll get that.
That's Earl.
How about them hot
Hey, boys, more sandwiches and soup?
No, thanks.
There you are.
No, from the bottom was pit. Honey, are you okay?
Yeah, I feel fine, Mom. I just really wish that they hadn't talked about all those things on TV. Now everyone's going to blame my dad for that.
Oh, honey, the last thing in the world we want...
That she put the story on under protest, that she begged her producer, she asked him to contact me to get an okay. Well, you know these creative people. They hate management. He wasn't about to relinquish any kind of control. However, I am the ultimate person in control, and the man has been fired half an hour ago. And all I can say to you both is that I deeply, deeply regret the embarrassment this has caused your family.
Oh, that just amazes me, Lucinda. Doesn't seem to me you've ever regretted any embarrassment you might have caused us.
The trial last year?
Mrs. Hughes, that was news. It is my duty, as I see it, to report the news. However, this is a family matter, as I said, in the hospital board meeting. It's not something that should be aired in public.
But it was, and the damage has been done.
I deeply regret it. The City Times will not follow through in any possible... I mean, there will be nothing. I assure you of that. You have my word. I've given orders. There's nothing else I can say except that I, personally, I'm sorry. Good evening.
Bravo, Lucy, baby. You should get an Oscar for that little speech.
I meant it.
Oh, you know something? You are a disgrace to your profession.
The newspaper profession?
Mm-hmm.
I understand that your faint-hearted stepson is throwing in the towel over at the Argus he's selling. Well, I am in the business of information. I ought to know what's going on.
Just a moment. I want to warn you about something.
If my son, if and when he should decide to sell the Argus, I am going to buy it. And I promise you, I'm going to find out the real reason behind Martin Guest's suicide, and I am going to print it up in my paper in headlines so big it's going to make newspaper history. For the trial.
You know, really, if I didn't have this quiz, I would. I'd stay. Honest.
Well, I think it was. I mean, I feel good about us talking and everything.
Yeah.
For one.
Yeah, me too. Well, we should do it again.
Yeah. You know, if you move back here, we could do this every. I know, Mama told me to say. I mean, you know, I'd like you to move in, but you know what I'm. Yeah.
No, it's different over at Lila's. I'm treated different. I've got some responsibility.
You know, once you get all that responsibility, you're going to get real tired of it, and you're going to want to move back here.
No, not me. I'm going to have a husband one day. And some babies. I think you want something of the same. I think you should say yes to Craig.
Well, maybe we'll both get what we want. I'm going to get upstairs. Okay? All right. I'll see you tomorrow at the hospital.
Yes, I will. Good night.
Night.
Meg.
Hi. Oh, God, I hope the other guy looks worse.
I want
What
the whole
happened?
story, Antonio Reyes, and I want it now.
Oh, not you two. What is wrong with this family? All I'm doing is commiserating with a poor guy who's going through a divorce.
You're a liar, too, because there's more to it than that. Dusty told Lily he followed you to Tonio's executive club one night.
You didn't fight with Tonio, did you?
No, it was Dusty, but look, that's not the story. I want you to stay away from Tonio Reyes. You got that?
Oh, please. I'm not going to do anything of the
Well,
sort.
then you are not going anywhere until Seth gets back
When
here.
are you going to butt out of my life?
As soon as you stop screwing it up.
Stop blaming me for your troubles. It's not my fault that Lily told Dusty before she told you. That's it, isn't it? Oh, Holden. When are you going to realize? Dusty and Lily have, I don't know, some sort of bond that nobody's going to break through. Not you, not me, not anybody.
You're gonna love me like nobody loves me. Come rain or come shine. Happy together, unhappy together, and won't it be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny. We're in or we're out of the money. But I'm with you always. I'm with you,
Hey, Red, what do you say you and Seth come join Lyle and I for a drink in a little bit?
5 minutes, okay, Casey?
Great.
What's wrong? Where did you go when you ran out of
I'll
here?
tell you later, all right?
Why are you so tense? Is it because John's here?
No, but that doesn't help. Look, why don't you just go have a drink with Lila and Casey and enjoy yourself. Don't worry about me, all right? I'll come over as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did the waste of basketball.
I don't have time to talk to Seth.
You want to go right ahead.
Okay.
See you. Did you get in touch with Andy?
Yeah, I did. Guess who else was there? Margot's practically living at the place.
John, it's going to take a little bit of time.
I don't know how to act around her anymore. Used to be so good. Lucinda's television program isn't going to help matters, believe you me.
I missed it.
Well, all it did was whet the appetite of everybody in this town as to what prominent family is hiding an illegitimate daughter. She never fails to jump on public opinion when she has a chance.
Why are you saying that? She fired everyone who works on the show. I was right there.
I'm sure it was just an act for your benefit. They're probably all working again by
You
tomorrow.
know something? You don't like it when people don't believe you, and now you won't give Lucinda the benefit of the doubt. Come on.
Dusty, I know Lucinda.
Fine, have it your way. I'm gonna say goodnight to Barbara.
Not because I didn't tell him. It's because I told Dusty first.
Well, Lily, you mustn't forget that Holden's not all that sure of himself, especially where you're concerned, so he gets jealous.
What am I gonna do?
Be patient. And after a while, when he sees that all the bad things that he's thinking don't happen, you know, maybe he'll realize there's no reason to be so insecure.
Thanks, Dad. Thank you. I'll remember that.
Don't worry.
I'll try.
Good evening. Hey, how are you? Good. Listen, I want to tell you, thank you. Take this, thanks. If I ever need a chef, I may have to kidnap your sister Meg. That dinner she cooked tonight was fabuloso.
As long as she stays far away from Tony O'Reilly.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't worry about that so much. I think I was barking up the wrong tree.
Well, that's all what we were all hoping, but after tonight, I am not so sure.
Tell me, are you too old to have a birthday party?
No, never. Lily, as a matter of fact, is kind of working on something. I don't know if it's going to pan out now. I'll let you know.
Okay, great.
Okay, I have to go. Have a good night.
Good night, sir.
See you, Dusty. Sure seem to care a lot about that kid.
I do. I do. Gunnar would be very proud of him.
No, it doesn't seem fair. Dusty hardly got to know his father, and Paul's stuck with a father who keeps turning up like a bad penny.
Let's not talk about James tonight, okay?
That is a deal.
You know, Kim and Bob were really thankful for your support tonight.
Now let's see if I can follow through.
I don't doubt it.
I'm sure Margot does.
Let's not talk about Margot either tonight.
That is a deal as well. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about her stopping by.
Oh, it's no harm done. I guess I'll just have to learn to control my impulses. At least when I'm on duty, you know.
Are you on duty tonight?
Footloose and fancy-free.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Barbara, I'd really like Paul to come to the wedding.
Well, Beatrice, that'd be very nice. Thank you.
Well, you're invited, too, of course.
And Hal, you're on top of my list, too. I mean, if you're into weddings these days.
Hey, weddings? I'll do my best to be there, I promise.
You two have a nice evening, all right?
Okay. I think that can be arranged.
Oh, you planning on being at this wedding, are you?
Well, I might have to meet you there if... Aren't you going to be uncomfortable with Duncan there?
No. That's Duncan's problem. Not mine.
Good man, Pearson. I didn't expect to hear from you till much later. Aye, the wedding's day after tomorrow. Oh, and Charles, I really want you here at the castle just in case. And I found out who put the bug on the phone. It was an inept private investigator hired by Ms. Barbara Ryan herself. Fortunately, he learned nothing. Information could be dangerous in Ms. Ryan's hands. I'll be keeping my eye on her closely. With Stenbeck gone, I don't want anyone to interfere with what I'm doing here. Ryan, I'm sorry.
You put me in a very awkward position, Duncan, but I will not be sidetracked. I don't care if you're the Falcon or not.
I'm not, I swear. Everything I told you was the God's own truth.
Well, as long as you're in the habit of telling the truth, why don't you tell Beatrice the truth about her parents?
No, and that's an end to it, and I'll remind you again, you gave me your word that you'll not tell her yourself.
All right. In other words, I marry her and live a lie. Or I walk away from her and she suffers. Either one, she's the one to suffer. Don't tell me you love her because I don't buy it.
Brian, you'll go through with the wedding, won't you?
Well, now that's my decision to make, isn't it? And I've got all night to make it. You'll have my answer at rehearsal tomorrow.
Duncan. Cooked perfectly.
You're a rare beauty, lassie.
I'm so happy. Except, I wish Mother and Father were alive. I wish they could be at my wedding. Well, can't have everything, can I? Good night, dear brother.
Beatrice,
Wait. And if I find out that you so much as lay a finger on a man, I will get great pleasure breaking you in half.
Thanks for the ride home. Turned out to be a nice evening after all.
Lily,
Stay-
I'm sorry about that.
Don't be. Don't be. Now about your birthday party.
Why don't we just forget about the...
No. See, I don't want to forget about it.
Okay.
You're very special to me, so I want to give it to you.
I can't say no to you, okay? I want you to know that I'm always here for you.
I know. You better go.
Right. Okay. All right.
Will Mark sue brother David over his lost lizard? Watch the fun on Valerie, tonight at 8:30, right after Alf. The mirror reflects the new you, next on TV 11.